Ships sunk vigor of the waves are skimming barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning. Rise and reign.
Hey fellow shavers, Leroy here, Nomeo Shaves back with another video. It's not a shaving video, as you can tell by the background, but it is shaving related. Yep, that's just part of my backyard of my new home. Yay! Anyways, this is a video I've been wanting to do for quite some time. You guys know that I've been into Japanese natural homes, and I do have a full set of Mikawa Nagura. I recently got a new set. These are actually directly from Sakamoto Morio and Sakamoto Koji. They are actually the owners and graders of the Asano stamp. So I'll showcase these a little bit. I actually just wanted to get a Koma Nagura from these guys, but a deal came up where it was kind of together in a set. So we got a little Tenju, and then we've got a Botan, and then we got a Koma. Look at this bad boy. Thing's huge. Look at that. really good deal. Probably maybe a quarter of the price versus if I was able to get, if I got this anywhere else, right? So awesome deal. But anyways, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I seal my J-nets. So obviously we've got the Nagura here, and what I actually use this shellac. Now, granted, I understand that the cashew lacquer is traditional. I totally understand being traditional. One thing, the cashew lacquer is very difficult to get here in the US, and when you can get it, it's very expensive, and then also it doesn't last, right? So you basically have to use it up fairly quick, otherwise it starts to get gunky and thick and all that other stuff, and I just don't want to deal with that. Plus, my personal opinion, right? The typical cashew lacquer that people use it's got an orangey tint to it. For me, I don't like it. It sort of takes away from the characteristic of the stone, if you guys know what I mean. And look at this Tenjo, look at that. I mean, the color is actually really cool. This is the bottom, right? I mean, look at that. So, I prefer, this again, personal opinion, just my personal taste. I prefer the clear coats. Having said that, that's why I got this. Actually, I've had this for a few years now. I first used this on Ozuku Kopa that I bought through Chef Nice to Go. That's long gone. That has been chopped up into some Tomo Naguras, which actually worked really well. Okay, now what do I do? So I've got these Nagura. I'll just do the Botan because it's a little easier to hold. Got a little B. So this is the second time I've done this method, but with a different type of tape. So what I like to do, I like to put tape on the bottom, the rubbing surface of the Nagura, if that makes any sense. Like on a stone, I would put it on the surface that you use to hone on, and then I would tape up all the other surfaces. But this is painter's tape. I used masking tape the last round. That one was a pain in the butt to get off, right after I did the coating. But so we're gonna try the painter's tape and see how that goes. You can see basically all I did was I just put tape around the bottom part of it, and then also where the supplier had kind of sort of put a bevel edge on the side of it, right? So I just taped all the way up to that point. Once it dries, I'll take it to the diamond stone just to smooth up the edges and whatnot. But that's what I'll be doing. So I've got these, you can see that here's the Koma, how it's all taped up. And then I showed you the Tenjo, right? So that's the rubbing surface. Obviously it's the rubbing surface, right? So there's the top of the Koma, bottom, and the sides. It's a big freaking stone. All right, now what am I going to use to protect my concrete patio from, right? I should have got this a minute ago. I use cardboard. So this is actually an egg carton from Costco. Yeah, we go through a lot of eggs. I love eggs. But what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to set this down on the ground, right? And then I'm just going to put the Nagura up like this. I'm going to spray them. So give me 1 second. Actually, it might take more than a second to get everything set up and position the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, be right back. All right, as you can see, I've got the Nagura kind of situated right here so where I can spray them. All I'm going to do is I'm going to spray one or maybe 3 coats. I'm just going to make sure that I get all the edges and then just let it dry. So I do, just give it a good shake. I hope you guys can hear me. And then just try not to get it on the concrete, of course. Okay. Probably more than enough. All right, there we go. All right, let me pause this, get back into position. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that dry for a couple of hours. Then I'll put another coat on, see how it goes. I don't want it too thick, and this stuff kind of takes a while to dry because it will stay tacky for a while. But that's basically what I do. What else? Don't think there was a whole lot of else to discuss. Yeah, look at the backyard again. All right, that's pretty simple. So I haven't decided if I'm going to record the next coat. Maybe I'll just go to the final one. So maybe I'll just the next time I record it'll probably be when I'm cleaning them up a little bit. I'll excuse me. I'll record taking off the tape and then see how it goes, and we'll just yeah, see how it goes. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be back with part 2 probably around for a couple of hours. All right. Cheers. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye. Hey, fellow wish shapers, I'm back. As you can see from the background now, it's pretty close to sunset. I went ahead and I put a second coat on these Nagura today. And I think that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to see how 2 feel. Here they are. Almost dropped. So let's see. Let me go ahead and... Oh, did you hear that? That was the coma. So the shine came out pretty good. It's not too tacky, a little bit tacky, so they're going to have to dry a little bit more before I can go ahead and take the tape off and go ahead and clean up the edges with the diamond plate. But yeah, I think it came out okay. There's the coma right there. Yeah, the bottom's a little bit tacky here. The Botan. Oh, it feels nice. Oh, I like the way that one feels. The last time that I did this, I think I went a little hog wild and I put way too many coats on, so it's really thick and it's kind of slick, right? Doesn't provide a very good grip. Maybe that's another advantage of the cashew lacquer. I don't know. I don't really have anything with cashew lacquer. Well, I take that back. I do have some with cashew lacquer, but they're very thin coats. But yeah, I think it came out pretty nice. Can't really tell in the sun. Or lack of, well, sun behind me. Let's see. Here's the Tenjo. Yeah, this came out pretty good. I have to be a little bit careful because you can see there's a couple of pockets. There's a pocket there and a pocket there. So I have to kind of just maybe spray a little bit extra in there and just to make sure that it got in there. I'll have to inspect this one and see if I got some of the shellac inside there. But pretty slick. See, as you can see, it kept the natural color of the stone. It looks like it's a little bit wet, which is kind of a cool little effect. But yeah, so the next part of the video will be back in the laundry room where I do my honing and stuff now. And then I'll remove the tape and I'll go ahead and I'll use the diamond plate and I will go ahead and clean these bad boys up. And really looking forward to trying this coma out on my next hone. I got a new J-Nat and I just spent the day trying to get a feel for it, see how it goes. I got a long ways to go, I'm telling you, but I really wanted to try this coma, see how it feels on a razor. So with any luck, I'll be able to get this done sometime tomorrow. And the shave, as you guys can see, I really need it. All right, that's part 2. Part 3 will be in the laundry room probably tomorrow. Oh, just so you guys know, today is January 18th, 2 days before inauguration. God bless each and every one of you. Till next time. Bye-bye. All right, hey, I'm back for this is the part 3, I think, of this video that I'm working on. Again, just a little recap. I am in the process of sealing my Asano Nagura that I just recently purchased. They, well, actually not very recently, but it's been a couple months. Anyways, so here's the koma. The tenjo and the botan, they needed a couple little touch-ups, but that's okay because I want to use this one. The plan was for me to just kind of use this one today and try to touch up one of the razors that I have, and then do a shave because I really, really, really need a shave. So you can tell, I mean, it's still pretty nice. You guys can see that. Let's see, there we go. So it's not too thick. I can still feel some of the contours of the stone. That's kind of the state I was going for. There's something on this side right here. I don't know if I want to touch it up a little bit more, but I might. I'll see how the other two come out and then maybe decide then. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Just this area, right? It's a very thin coat, so we'll see how it goes. All right. So normally this is what I do. So let me try to move the camera down a little bit. Okay. All right. So see, there's the masking tape. It's still on. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it, and we'll see how it goes. And then what I'm gonna do is we'll reposition the camera, and I will do some cleanup on the edges. Let's see. Okay. Like I said before, this is the first time using masking tape or painter's tape. So far, I'm liking it. I didn't give a reason, or I didn't tell you guys why I decided to go with shellac. So as I was doing some research on how to seal various J-nets and whatnot, I came across an old knife forum, and in there they had recommended shellac. And I thought, that's a good idea because I can just go to Walmart and pick it up, right? It's not too expensive. That's actually gone up since I bought that can in the previous video, but I think when I bought that it was just like $7, and I think now it's over 11, and that's been, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or so, something along those lines. Oh, sorry guys, trying to, there you go. That came off so much better than the masking tape. I don't have to do much cleanup. Look at that. The masking tape was a mess. Oh man, it took me forever to peel it off. But yeah, it just came right off. Man, this is just freaking awesome. All right, so you can see I've got to clean up. I got a little bit of the shellac that went along the edge here. Let's see. Where else? Here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see. A little bit along the edge right there. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean this up a bit. Hopefully I can put this in a position where you guys can see. Be right back. All right, so the camera's kind of on a teetering. You guys can see I'm here in the laundry room. I've got this is the sink. Here's the Nagura right here. Here's my trusty old diamond plate. It's a combo 4. Can you see it? 400, 1200. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then I've got this guy, and I have a sink holder. No, sink bridge. Sorry. I'm not going to be using those right now. That will be later. So let's just get that out of the way. This towel out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the water not too hot, because I believe you want this slightly cooler than room temp. Gonna let the Nagura kind of soak a little bit in the water. Over here, so it's better look. You guys can kind of see it. Okay, so far not too bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the running water. My apologies. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it to the, let's turn the water off. I'm going to use the 400 first. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. I've noticed that when I prefer my Nagura, I prefer like a little bit rounded bottom. So what I try to do, I do my best to kind of keep the edges smooth and not sharp, if that makes any sense. Right. Then obviously you got to get rid of that first layer, right? Just to kind of make it smooth and make sure that no dirt and stuff like that on there. I typically do this under running water. That way, you know, it washes the all the swarf away, or the slurry, keeps the diamond plate clean. Got an interesting scent. So I know it's like here, back on this corner right here, I'm gonna have to tighten it up a little bit. But yeah, this is pretty much it. That's what I do to my Nagura. I do my J-Nats the same way. Almost done. Come up a little bit more on the sides here. Water's getting a little bit warm. There we go. Yeah, nice and smooth. Oh, look at this. Again, I just kind of run across my thumb across the edges. I'm just trying to get rid of any rough edges. I don't want a rough spot hitting the stone by accident, right? Good, nice, very creamy. I know it's a lot of wasted slurry, but you know what? Better do this than scratch my stone. You know what I mean? All right, I think I'm good. Shake it off. Give you guys a little once over. Let me see. I'm gonna round this one off. I feel it's a little sharp right there, so I'm gonna round that off a little bit more. I probably won't go up that high onto the J-Net, but you never know. Yeah, that's good. Nice, okay. Round this off a little bit more. Oh, sorry guys. Right, I am going to play with this a little bit now. Yeah, I'm just feeling my thumb a little bit more in this corner here. A little bit rough still. I need to get a scrub pad so I can scrub this off. A little bit more, just get rid of a little bit of that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Boy, this diamond plate has been through a lot. Alright, there it is. All done. So that is how I seal my Nagura and my J-Nets. J-Net, the same process. I actually seal it I actually seal my J-Net before I flatten it. There's no sense in, you know, cleaning off unnecessary metal just to, you know, wipe off the, or clean up the shellac after you've already lapped the plate, or lapped the whetstone, you know what I mean? So that's it. Next video I will be recording and posting will be a shade video, so please stay tuned. Appreciate you guys for all joining me. Hopefully you stuck with me this far in this video series. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a crazy weekend. Got a lot going on. All right, until next time, God bless each and every one of you. And as always, please do not text and drive. God bless. Heavy stone. It's a dream stone. One thing I did notice about it, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it wasn't completely lapped perfectly flat. It's got a slight angle to it, which actually I kind of like, because that way all the slurry runs to that side. You know what I mean? So, all right, so this is lapped. I'm just gonna, I've got this, I use this as a test razor, just to give me a quick little feel for how the slurry feels. I'm not very good at the feel part of the slurry yet, but at least it'll let me know if there's any grittiness to the slurry. But this is actually the razor I want to touch up. I just really like this razor for some reason. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. This is the very first time I'm slurrying this Mikawa Nagura. All right, let's see. I don't put a lot of pressure. It's a little bit more water. So I don't put a lot of pressure, right? It's mostly just the weight of the Nagura, maybe a little bit of extra. Yeah, I was playing with this stone a bit yesterday. I played with a little bit of diamond slurry, a full progression. I've got a razor that's, I think it's finished, that I'm gonna do it. I'll see how that edge feels too when I do my shave here in a few, sometime today. But what I'm doing when I slurry, I kind of like tilt a little bit. That way it's not a perfectly flat edge, right? Because I notice it'll kind of stick to the excuse me, to the stone, and it's not very fun. So I'll just kind of tilt it a little bit like this. Can you guys see that? Like that. Again, I am still very new. I'm still learning a whole lot about this. I barely know what I'm doing. But I do like this stone. It's got a really interesting feedback. It's pretty hard. It was labeled, I think on the Griffith side, I think he put it as a 5. A little bit. But this stone has some really cool color patterns to it that I dig. Definitely a stone that's gonna that'll last me a lifetime. If I ever have grandkids, it can go to them. You know what I mean? Didn't expect this to go this long, but this will probably be an intro to my next shave. Maybe not all of it, but part of this video. See how it goes. All right. You guys can see that slurry. It's not too much, it's just a little bit, but I just want to get a feel for it. Not bad. Gotta move this. Not too much space in the... I hope you guys can hear that. Nice. That wisp, that feels nice. Yeah, this is a razor that I have struggled with. I just struggled to get a good bevel on this razor. I don't know why. So I tend to relegate it to testing different things. Not too bad. All right. I think it's okay. All right. Let me go ahead and rinse this off. Then I will go ahead and load up the stone again. I'll do a couple strokes with the the razor that I really want to use, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, cheers. Be right back. All right, here I am. I'm trying to put that first bit of slurry on here. This is actually a pretty hard coma, so it's taking a long time to generate some slurry. So one of my problems is when it comes to honing on these Nagura, I never know, I can't feel when the slurry is done, if you guys know what I mean, and when it's time to move on to the next one. So for me, I'm really, really slow at this. It takes me a long time to figure out if I'm done with that particular Nagura before moving on. Wow, this is hard. I don't think I have any of the base stone popping up. The description of this Ozuku mentioned that very little base stone will pop up, if any, so you really get the full characteristics of the Nagura that you're using. So that's a pretty hard stone. Yeah, this razor that I'm touching up, it's just starting to tug on my beard. It didn't, it's rough on the chin and then my mustache area. So I don't think it needs a full bevel set. I just want to try to refresh the edge, just experimenting. See how it goes. It's not very much. I probably don't need a whole lot though. If it's just a touch up, right? Just try to keep the slurry fairly thin. A little bit more. Can't remember if I've recorded, shown a recording of me honing this razor. I don't think I did. I don't think I recorded any of it. Come on. Give me some slurry here. Yeah, as you can tell, it's taking a long time to build the slurry. This might be a long video. But again, I'm not going to record the whole process, just a little bit. Okay, we'll start there. See how that goes. So here's the blade. This is a gold dollar. You can see it's got a slight smile to it, very slight. So that's a little bit tricky for me still. I'm still learning how to do these right, so. And what I do is I kind of like, I'm doing, it's not much of a rolling stroke, but I'm just alternating the pressure, right? So I leave the blade on the stone the whole time, but I just kind of tweak the pressure from heel to toe as I'm doing the stroke. I think I might need to add a little bit of water here. I'm not getting an undercut yet. Getting there. Let me add a touch of water. Yeah, a little bit of water. Got this little trusty spray bottle. It's got a really neat feeling, the stone does. Like almost a little bit velvety, but not a large cushion of velvet. It's kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording there, and maybe I'll just come back in a bit, okay? Take care, everybody. Talk to you later.